Welcome. My name is Erika. I'm a yin yoga teacher in San Francisco, and we are gathered here today to do some self-care practice with a yin yoga release. So over the next 20 to 25 minutes, we are going to be taking some long, deep stretches into just a handful of poses and finding a nice yin yoga practice. Props you'll need is a yoga mat and optionally blankets and pillows. So whether those are yoga blankets or any blankets you have, bed pillows, couch pillows, or yoga bolsters, anything will do. And those are optional just to provide a little extra support. I like to place a blanket over my yoga mat. You can see I actually do have a yoga mat under here. It just adds to some coziness and extra cushion. Also like to place a blanket or a pillow underneath my sits bones just to ensure that I've got a nice natural curvature of my lower back. Highly recommend that if you do round your back. Also a rolled blanket for under the knees to support any poses if you have some knee issues. And bolsters or pillows always help to sort of just give some extra support of the body, maybe bringing the floor closer to the forehead. And so I will make some suggestions throughout, but again, no need for any props other than your yoga mat. So let's get into some comfy clothes and get started. We are going to start in child's pose. So clearing your mat of any props and taking your knees the width of the mat, if you'd like, and then slowly walking your hands out in front of you and allowing the torso, the belly to just drape between the legs. So this is option number one, resting the forehead on the floor. Now, of course, this is where you can bring your blankets or your pillows if your forehead is not touching the ground. You can also place a rolled blanket behind your knees if you're having knee issues. If you prefer to have your legs together for a traditional child's pose, that is perfectly fine as well. So once you find the shape for yourself, go ahead and invite you to close your eyes in your child's pose. Let's begin by taking notice of the breath. And let's take a long inhale, a full inhalation. So inhaling, and a long, complete exhale. One more time, breathe in and breathe out. Taking a moment to readjust if needed. We will be here for a few moments. And then starting to notice the body. Noticing where there might be some sensation. Just scanning the fingers all the way to the toes. And just taking notice where you may find discomfort or ease. Where are you finding gripping? What is softening? Taking a full body scan. Just allowing the body to fully surrender to the pose, to the mat, to the ground. Noticing where you can release a little bit more, softening the belly, relaxing the jaw, releasing the muscles around the eyes, noticing if the hands are relaxed, are the feet relaxed. Breathing into any sensations in the body that may be coming up. Maybe there's some strong sensation in the pelvis or the hips. Just breathing in, and with each exhale, allowing the body to release and surrender just a little bit more. And on your next inhale, start to come back up to seated. So taking your palms and pressing one at a time to slowly bringing yourself back up to seated. Feel free to keep the eyes closed. And coming back to seated. Okay, let's go ahead and come together in tabletops. So we're going to have wrists below shoulders, knees below hips. We're going to have a nice flat back from tailbone to skull. Let's take a moment to drop the belly and inhale, lifting the tail, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. And then exhale, drop the tailbone, drop the head, pressing up through the back of the heart. And one more time, inhaling your cow. Exhale to cat. And then meeting in a neutral spine. And now taking your right, looking over your right shoulder to your right hip. Go ahead and move the body so you can see all the way back to your right hip, noticing an opening in the left side of the body. And then inhale back to center and flowing right into the other side. So looking past your left shoulder to your left hip, really opening that right side body. Beautiful, returning to center. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of foot opening now. So coming to the top of your mat, still in tabletop. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to extend it back, curl the toes under. And then with your palms gently pressing into the mat, pressing back through the heel towards the back of the mat, really opening up that calf, foot, beautiful. And then return your right leg to meet the left, and we'll do the other side. So left leg extends, curling those left toes under, pressing through the palms, pressing through the left heel towards the back of the room, and returning to center. We are now going to do some toe squats to open up the bottom of the feet. So not something we think about often, but go ahead and curl your toes under. And then slowly walk the hands back as you sort of sit on your heels. And if you'd like, coming all the way up to a seated. This is our toe squat position. And this can be quite intense if you are new to opening up the feet. So you can either choose to stay here, closing the eyes, beginning to turn the attention forward, or if that is too much or at any point it becomes too much, feel free to rest the hands on the ground, and from here you can adjust the opening of the feet. So once you find the best position, the best shape for you, go ahead and close the eyes. Breathing into the bottom of the feet and exhale, release. Release the head. Beautiful. Okay, coming back to tabletop, uncurl the toes, and then just gently tap the tops of the feet onto the ground. Just sort of a counter sensation to our toe squat pose. Beautiful. Okay, let's make our way onto our seats. We are going to come into a half butterfly. So we want to take our left leg and bring it in towards our pelvis. And our right leg, we're going to extend out to the right side of our body. The ideal shape would be the left foot is touching the right thigh. So if you are there or close to there, that works great. Okay, so then we're going to inhale, lifting the spine, and exhale, twisting towards our right leg, and allowing the body to drop as we exhale. One more time, we'll inhale, lift the spine, exhale, dropping towards the leg. Now, this is where props can come in handy, so feel free to find some pillows. You can also place a blanket under the knee if the hamstrings are really tight. That's an excellent way to support your body. So go ahead and find your supports, find your shape, and if you need to inhale, lengthen the spine, exhale, deepen the fold towards the right leg. When you're ready, using the hands either to prop yourself up or allowing the body to just simply release towards the ground. Closing the eyes. Beautiful. Noticing the breath. Just notice the natural movement of the breath. If you like, taking a full breath in and a long exhale out. Releasing, surrendering deeper into the pose with each exhale. Allow the neck to relax. Now taking a moment to scan the body. Where are you feeling this pose? Maybe your hamstrings, your hips, quads, maybe it's in your neck, side body. Breathing into those sensations and noticing any micro shifts in the body and the places that are speaking to you most, that are feeling, sensating. And what can relax in this pose? Is the belly soft? Is the jaw relaxed? The brow releases. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, slowly, one palm at a time, pressing yourself back up to seated and bringing your hands behind you. Bend both of your knees out in front of you. We're going to do a couple windshield wipers just to counteract. So you may want your fingertips facing away from your body, and then dropping both knees to the right. And then bringing them back and dropping both knees to the left. And then back up. And again to the right. And one more time to the left. And when you are ready, we're going to shift to the other side of our half butterfly. So extending the left leg out, bringing the right foot to the left thigh. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, twisting over the left leg and down over the left leg, wherever that is for you today. It may look like this. It may look a little bit deeper. Finding your edge, and by edge I mean finding where you are feeling sensation in the body, possibly intense sensation initially. And if you'd like, you could back off just slightly from that edge. Or as you stay in the pose, see what happens, maybe easing into the edge, into the sensation. Bringing your attention to the breath. Let's take a deep inhale. Long exhale. Noticing the natural rhythm of the breath. And then finding the spots in the body that can release. Releasing the neck, Softening the jaw, ungripping the belly, continuing to breathe into the hamstrings, the pelvis, anywhere you're feeling sensation. Noticing with each exhale just a little shift, a micro release, deeper into the pose, into your body. And when you're ready, slowly, one hand at a time, lifting yourself back up to seated. Once again, let's bend both knees out in front of us, hands behind us, fingers facing behind us. And windshield wiper one side, and then another. Taking your time with this. Being gentle on the body. We just did a pretty intense stretch there. Lovely. Okay. Let's go ahead and meet on our backs. So however you would like to drop onto your back, please do. Once you get there, bend the knees and both knees into the chest, wrapping your hands around your calves or arms around your calves. And feel free to just kind of move around here for a moment. So maybe you're rolling side to side. Maybe you're sort of rotating around the sacrum, rotating the knees one way, then the other. Do what feels good for you, what your body needs right now. And then when you're ready, we're going to place our feet flat on the ground, knees bent, and place your feet the width of the mat, so on each edge of the mat, and then dropping the knees together. And so by doing that, hopefully you can ungrip the legs a little bit, and the knees knocking together will hold each other up. And when you're ready, inhaling your arms up. And with fingers spread apart towards the ceiling, go ahead and drop the shoulder heads into the mat. So arms are still raised, but shoulders are released and relaxed. Beautiful. And then we're going to take our right arm and we're going to bend it over our left, and then bend the left arm, and we're going to reach our fingers towards our shoulder blades. And if you can, keep walking your fingers until you feel, make sure my mic is okay, until you feel the sharp edge of your shoulder blade, and you can sort of hook there and use that as a hook. And we are going to stay in the self-hug, this deep opener of the upper back, shoulders, closing the eyes. Notice the breath. And then begin to scan the body, noticing what can ungrip. Is the belly relaxed? Chest is relaxed. Release the jaw. Release the space between the eyes. The skin of the scalp releases, relaxes. Feet are relaxed. Sinking deeper into the pose, deeper into the mat. Noticing the breath, and on your next inhale, lifting the arms, reaching up towards the sky. Once again, reach, 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 dropping the shoulder heads into the mat, and then crossing the other way. So the left arm is going to go in front of the right and cross over, reaching towards the shoulder blades once again, and noticing any slight differences on this side. Noticing if there's any new sensations. with a new cross of the arms. Noticing what space is opening, what is letting go, what is opening up. And then inhale, arms back up by the side. And we are going to release our feet all the way down to the bottom of our mat and come into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. So legs may be the width of the mat. Arms are reaching out from the body, palms up, eyes closed. Deep inhale, full exhale, allowing the body to sink into the mat. Eyes are closed. And just taking a moment once again, scan the body, noticing that the feet, relaxing the calves, ungripping the knees and the quads. Hips are relaxed. Belly is soft. The hands and fingers let go. The forearms ungrip. Chest is open. Jaw releases. Muscles around the eyes relax. Come into a deep rest. Feel free to stay in this position for as long as you'd like, 5 to 10 minutes. And when you're ready, bending both knees and dropping over to one side in fetal position, resting on the arm for just a moment before slowly raising yourself up. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yin Yoga release. Namaste.